You know what I really want to get good at? I want to get really good at tracking people that are jumping. I want it to be like automatic, like just freaking auto aim. I feel like that's something that is so consistent with Grandmaster and top 500 players. Like they just have that shit nailed. If somebody jumps, their eyes like light up. They're like, ooh. They don't miss. I got lit up by a fucking top 500 player the other night playing on Test Realm because you just play with everyone. He was literally strafing with me like above my head. How do I get up in this area? It was on King's Row, like right before you cap the road phase. And like that little area, you know, that's like above. Basically like this, like as if the payload was going down to go in there, like around, you know, the bend. And that's this little area up here. I was on Anna, like directly below him, and I was going this way, right, trying to get away because the enemy team was coming around. And he was doing this to me. He was just literally just moving with me. His cursor didn't move at all. He just moved with me and just completely destroyed me. It's insane how consistent top players are in this game at doing stuff like that. Like they'll just recognize quickly the way that you're moving and they'll just move with you and just, they won't even move their cursor and you're just dead. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, my aim's decent. Like, I feel like I have the aim of at least like a master's level DPS, maybe entry grandmaster. It's just the other things that I need to get better at. It's just my positioning overall, like just positioning, you know? With the aim that I have, if I can master my positioning on every hero that I play, because there's a lot of other things that I'm really good at that Grandmasters do, like just recognizing ults economy and, you know, when enemies have ults. Like if you watch me a lot, like I call it out all the time what enemies have what ults and when they're about to use them, and almost assuredly I'm like, hey, this person's about to ult us, and it freaking happens. I've done that quite a few times today even. Like you can just recognize like when a player's being a little bit too aggressive, like on the enemy team when they're just getting a little too close or pushing out a little too in front, like, you know, he's going for an ult. Like, hey, this Zarya's looking for a grab. Just look at the way he's playing and positioning himself. I'm good at that, and that's huge for climbing. Because you can kind of adjust to the situation. And not just play into it like a fucking zombie. I think the biggest fault in my aim is when there is a lot of movement in the enemy. I feel like I overcompensate too much left and right when I'm aiming. Just a little too much. It's not so much a sensitivity issue because I'm very happy with my sensitivity. I think it's right where it needs to be. But it's just more my, you know, I try to be an arm aimer as much as I can, but sometimes my wrist just takes over. And I need to just train myself that the movements with my wrist just need to be smaller. Because you honestly don't have to move your cursor that much when you're aiming on a strafing target. You really don't.
Only gets better with age.
Boom, Grandmaster level right there. Strafe with him. You just gotta think like, to be GM, you gotta think of any scenario, any scenario where you can make the game easier for yourself to play. Don't make the game so hard on yourself. Like, try to find ways to make the game easier to play. You know?
Target down.
Simplify everything. Simplify your movement, simplify your aiming. Simplify your use of abilities. Simplify how you're ulting, like fucking solo ult. Who cares? It's a kill. This game is so sensitive to freaking the 6-on-6 matchup. If you can lead in with an ult and get one kill on a key character on the other team, you're gonna win the team fight, you know? I will freaking solo shatter all day. If it gets me a guaranteed kill, you know?
That's better.
I think some of the best players in the world only average like 0.8 kills per shatter, which is insane if you think about it. If you could average 1 kill every time you shatter, you're the best Reinhardt in the world.
Acknowledged.
Just think about those things. You don't need to go for the freaking 4-person shatter every single time you have it. Just looking for that game-winning hero play. That's what's going to lose you more games, because then you end up just wasting it. You know how many times I've watched Reinhardts today just waste their shatter into shields? I mean, I do it all the time too. Like, I literally do it all the time when I play Reinhardt. And I know in the back of my mind, like, don't fucking let it happen. Don't shatter into a shield. Don't waste it. Don't do weird shit. Just keep it simple. If you see somebody out of position, just fucking shatter him. Get that kill. You know?
Only gets